So Dr. Vong is our Santa Ana office, and he's currently accepting new patients. So I put a little bio on your tables for you, and I'll let him take it away.
Thank you everyone for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know it's a very big campus and it's hard to get here exactly at the right time. So, thank you for coming and don't mind me just sitting out and doing lunch. It's a great kitchen. Yeah, let me push it up a little further here. Alright, so I'm not the expert, but I made sure I did some reading before we do this talk. And I don't know everything about chocolate, but here we go. So, at first I was a little skeptical, but then I was like, okay, chocolate does have all the benefits. So, we're happy to do this talk. Alright, so here's me. I graduated recently from family medicine UC Irvine, so it's a great honor to be here, to invite you to come back and talk. So thank you all for having me. So MemorialCare, we talked about at the end, it's very big, all over Orange County. There's a lot of services we offer. We'll get bogged down by that right now. So, okay, so chocolate comes from South America, and it's a very kind of like Mayan type word, chocolate. And I had no clue it came from a tree. I just knew it was a bean and it was somewhere. Because it looks like it's in the wild. And then obviously like a lot of things, it gets transported from the new world to the old world. And it has a very royal kind of heritage. Chocolate. It was really restricted to the upper class and for certain ceremonies. So just like a lot of other medicines, like very common, you think like Tylenol, everything's all just a capsule, but every kind of medication usually has some kind of biological start in usually in ancient cultures, and they purify the derivatives. So the biology is a lot more complex than a lot of the times that we can man-made chemistry, so to speak. So here we go. And then, the chocolate that's raw is not necessarily palatable, so you have to, process it and do certain things. And they made a lot of different things out of the chocolate, out of the cocoa beans. So it was so valuable, I guess they even used it as currency. So, and obviously the ancient cultures had a lot of use for it. Here, getting into how they make the chocolate, there's the pod, really process it down. It's a lot to really make useful chocolate. Not dissimilar to how we have to, purify chemicals to make a medication. So, there's a lot of fruit. You have to process it and whole, and then like any other kind of fruit, basically, there's a lot of vitamins in it, but it's a lot of work. Various stages to get from pulp to butter and then down to what we all love to eat, chocolate. So multiple vitamins, minerals, a lot of them, the essential ones that you have to and that you can only get from your diet. Otherwise, a lot of the micronutrients. So a lot of the chemicals that have exert a lot of effects in chocolate, no surprise, they affect the pleasure centers. So, the plants really make chemicals that, make humans want to consume them. So it's kind of like a co-evolution. So it's no surprise that there's tryptophan and a couple others that have a little less well-understood. Multiple effects on multiple areas of the brain. And then cocoa butter is a little something I did a little more reading on. So, once they purify the butter, they can, get the cream and make the butter out of it. It has a lot of, everyone kind of knows that cocoa butter is good for the skin. And it's very neutral. And in terms of medicinal use, and in terms of medicine, like in a hospital, reading the dermatology textbooks is still, if I go to my, doctor's Google, look to my up-to-date, we call it, his website, it still has, uses when you look at burn wounds. So after the burn has really healed up and the nasty, part is passed and it's starting to grow new skin, then cocoa butter is still kind of listed as one of the acceptable emollients or kind of creams you can put to continue to promote healing and it's not irritating. So that's one medicinal or use that I went through my reading today. And then so chocolate is kind of a very general term. There's so many different, now it's really exploded in terms, when you go to the supermarket, there's just so many different concentrations of cacao. And more is generally going to be more, bitter and less palatable, but it's kind of more kind of concentrated and going to have more of the beneficial effects that chocolate has. So, milk chocolate and white chocolate is kind of more the diluted version, and since you kind of take out some of the cacao, it is more stable, and that's why it kind of has like a longer shelf life. So usually when you kind of think of food or things that are healthy for you, they're going to kind of decay and rot sooner. So things that stay on the shelf for a long time are kind of questionable in terms of their nutritional value. So, one of the specific benefits of chocolate I want to talk about today was blood pressure. There's a lot of studies and they take a long time to go through. That it increases blood flow. It's something that I also saw a lot. And there's just so many chemicals in food that it's so hard to pinpoint, and it's really hard to do studies because of that. It's how do you pinpoint this is really the food causing it, and what part is that food, and can we make that into a medicine that we can prescribe to patients? It's always a tough part of medicine to decide, but just chocolate alone has been found to have beneficial blood pressure effects. So digging into some of the literature, when you take on the right here, so this has a laser, there we go. So ramipril is a close relative to a lot of the blood pressure medicines people may take, like lisinopril or diazepam. And so, it's just what they use in the study. So when you use that medication at the maximum dose, the blood pressure drops maybe a little less than you would think. It drops 4 points, but that's the maximum dose of, man-made pharmacology. And if you ingest a certain dose of chocolate, they've studied, after 1 to 2 months, you do have a change in the bottom number of blood pressure, the diastolic. It's not as much as medication, but wow, these statistically significant differences in just chocolate. And another kind of measure of blood pressure, the mean arterial pressure, kind of average of the top and bottom, systolic, diastolic, was shown to have significant effects as well. And so I'd say that's a big deal, that you could eat something that you buy over the counter and really brings down the blood pressure close to, this is the maximum dose, but say what if it was a lower dose, would it be comparable? But how much chocolate are we talking about here? That's the important part. So when you really get into converting, and some of the flavonoids that are implicated is like epicatechin. That's kind of the major one that I read in the previous studies in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. And to really get these kind of effects, you'd have to consume a lot of chocolate. You'd have to consume, especially a dark chocolate because it's higher in cacao. You'd have to eat 400 to 500 calories daily. So you're basically taking it like medicine at that point. And how many bars? It's like a full bar, pretty much. Some people, that maybe not be outrageous, but every single day for a month or two to get a mild effect on a mild but real effect on the blood pressure. So it's interesting. It's definitely this topic of this lecture is not to send you all to go buy a lot of chocolate, but just appreciate the power of foods in our health. Not underestimate that. So that's a lot of chocolate, and you're replacing a lot of your kind of daily recommended value of calories, but it's there. It's there. Antioxidants, this is all over the popular media. Chocolate has just as much benefit as any other, like wine, things like that. oxidants that would be bad if you like smoke. So antioxidants chemically kind of pick up those free radicals. So that's kind of the major points I wanted to just bring out to kind of pique your interest and say, wow, chocolate can do this, what can I do do? This is not to say get on the chocolate diet. Because when you look at all the different chocolates out there, a lot of them have kind of a low cacao value. Especially this milk chocolate, it's pretty marginal, like 20%. And they process it with a lot of chemicals so that again they can increase the shelf life but still retain. They have their own food science that some of you are well aware of. And they have a lot of additives that kind of decrease the potency of the cacao itself, just to make it packagable and nice shape and be stable at multiple temperatures. So other things, the good forms of chocolate and the bad additives just have more of you'll hear about those corn syrup sugars, the hydrogenated oils kind of dilute the actual cocoa butter that actually includes. So it's pretty minimal in the chocolate shelf unless you're really seeking out more high percentages of cacao. Probably 70 is a good target. That's pretty much the dark chocolates are only going to be anything that's more than like 50 has got to be dark chocolate at that point. You can't make milk chocolate technically, but that's not even a lot. And just in general, I think it's a good idea, especially when you're just kind of personal bias. But when you're buying these items that come from tropical areas to support the local agriculture and economy. So this is kind of maybe not necessarily a MemorialCare stance, but support the fair trade. Because a lot of these smaller farms out in South America or globally can get well supported for putting out a good quality concentrated product. So I don't have any specific recommendation with me. So overall, it's going to be really hard to improve your blood pressure with chocolate. So, that's not necessarily going to replace your lisinopril that we were prescribed to you in the clinic. But is it a bad idea to have a little chocolate? No, and it's not going to be necessarily completely harmful in everything in moderation. So reach for the 7% cacao. It's not to say you don't need to be active and exercise. That it can replace that. But to augment, you put together this food with that food, and you have a lot of good health benefits together. So I guess the main message is chocolate is not all bad. That's kind of the take-home point. Pretty short, but thank you very much. That's kind of what I have. Any questions, comments? Yes.
On one of your earlier slides, you talked about the benefits of chocolate and the antioxidants.
Yes.
The slide also shows that there are antioxidants are found in cranberries, apples, peanuts, onions, tea, and red wine.
Right.
So then what's the benefit of having about chocolate if you can get everything in the other food?
I guess it's just the variety. It's like, you're not going to eat all of one thing, and to know what's kind of beneficial, and just have a little variety so you're not.
Does chocolate have a different antioxidants than the other foods too, or?
They all kind of have different ones, yeah. So it's kind of, that's a whole long lecture in itself. They all do have antioxidants. It's all a little different. So didn't cover that as much in depth. Maybe that'll be the next time. That's a good question.
Yeah, so if consuming chocolate helps to raise your blood pressure, or lower your blood pressure, if you have trouble with having low blood pressure, should you avoid chocolate?
That is a very good question. I would say no, unless you're consuming, even if you were consuming these levels of chocolate, the 1 point drop in blood pressure is not likely to be, if you already have low blood pressure and you're having problems, you should be consulting with a doctor in the first place. And then if you were planning to be on this high chocolate diet, you would let them know. They would probably say, don't do that. But for the average person that's otherwise healthy and not having, problems with low blood pressure, even if you had low blood pressure, is 1.6 really gonna average tip the scale. You know, it's kind of like you kind of know if you did it. Otherwise, you need to care of the doctor.
Before we go on and buy chocolate, what are the negative side effects of consuming too much chocolate?
Yeah, the articles I read mostly went into the benefits and the risks. They kind of just globally, it's mostly the calorie intake and the overall balance in your diet of, you know, how much, you know, fats. And again, that's a whole nother lecture. But, you know, generally the foods that come from plants, you know, I would say not to worry as much about the fat content as compared to like animal sources of fats. So generally those plant-based sources of fats are going to help your overall cholesterol profile. But it'd be more dietary, caloric kind of side effects. It's, yeah, I didn't come across in my reading that there's some specific side effect we should worry about, or people that should really avoid, you know, chocolates. Other questions on this? Okay, all right, so we'll talk a little bit about MemorialCare in a little bit, and if you have any questions about that. So we have a big old map here. So, you know, there's a lot of, so we have an office in Irvine. It's kind of hidden in this mosaic of icons here, but, you know, there's clinics all over in South County. I work, where am I? DCI, probably somewhere around here. And we have them all the way down to San Clemente, Rancho, Mission Viejo, San Diego. We just opened an office in Torrance. I'm not going to take too much time for this part, but you know, I really like where I work at MemorialCare. When we had our orientation at the very beginning, we had a presentation from our CEO, Dr. Mark Schaefer, and he's telling us about MemorialCare and what we're about, and the history. And at the end, he asked 5 questions, and I said, well, Dr. Schaefer, what are we about? What's our edge in the market? How are we different from everybody else? And he told me, he said, we've done a lot of market research, and the things that we hear over and over is kind of the same things. Patients want doctors that take the time to listen to them, examine them, and get them up thoroughly, and generally care about them. So, I feel like I'm able to do that in my job every day, and take time and really, listen to my patients and really, work up any diagnoses and have the time to counsel the patients. So, and I feel like everyone in our group has that same feeling that we can, really, I guess just be doctors and not worry about too many pressures from, the market forces outside, and really just focus on what we went to school for. And I really enjoy what I do every day. We have a lot of physicians in this area. Dr. Barney Baker actually won Pediatrician of the Year in our group, and she's right there in Irvine. She's right there in Irvine, and she's wonderful. A lot of good family doctors, generalists. We have a lot of specialists. So, if you haven't picked your health plan, you haven't seen your doctor in a while, please go in.
Go in and ask them about chocolate, right?
Yeah. Go just for, yeah. Okay, so I think it's time for the raffle, it looks like.
Thank you, Dr. John. So go ahead and